Hello everyone. How you doing? Well, according to YouTube, the last time I uploaded, oops, sorry about bumping the camera. The last time I uploaded a video was about 2 weeks ago, and I know that it took me at least 3 to 5 days before I uploaded that video. So, and I'm just going to get in right into it here with the painting cuz I got a lot to say. So, the first thing that you're probably going to notice is that I'm using a different camera. I decided to go ahead. This is a Moto G stylus phone. This is my phone. This is what I use to talk on, a Moto G stylus phone. I mean, currently, this is what I use to talk on. I used to be with Track Phone. I used to have a Samsung and all that, but mom convinced me to go over to Consumer Cellular. I wasn't going to do it. I thought it was a bad idea. I was like, Track Phone's terrible. We need to get on something else. I wasn't thinking Consumer Cellular. She talked me into Consumer Cellular. She was like, I'll even pay for. I'll buy for the new phone. I'll pay for like the first year or two or whatever. I was like, fine, because who can refuse that? So I went along with it. So far, I do just want to say I have not been impressed with Consumer Cellular. Of course, this phone I've had for about a year now. So, but I have not been impressed with Consumer Cellular. Believe it or not, I have tried to sign up with a lot of stuff, a lot of websites and whatnot, and they have not recognized my new phone number. They said that, that's nice, put in an actual phone number. And I was like, this is my actual phone number. And they weren't recognizing my actual phone number, my new phone number that I got with this Consumer Cellular. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I do know that it's some sort of businesses fighting against each other. And the sad and terrible thing is that us customers like myself are stuck in between with not being able to buy certain companies' products because they don't recognize our phone numbers. So I am in that, I don't know what to call it, but consumer cellular hellhole. So yeah, and I have been for at least a year now. I'm not happy about it at all, but and I've tried talking my mother into, you know, going along with me and going to other things, but she already doesn't like her Moto G stylus phone. She absolutely hates it. She hates how it functions. She works a lot better with the Samsung. So far I've loved the Samsung phones. We love Samsung so far. Samsung has, as of thus far, by the year 2023, it's been really, really great. With all its products, we have a TV, we have a washing machine, we just got a dryer now, a Samsung dryer. Hopefully the dryer will work out. I don't know. We just now installed it today, which is another part of the discussion, which I'm going to go into here. So yeah. Also, let's see how far I can get on this painting, this acrylic painting. So yeah, it's been at least what, 3 weeks. For me, it feels like an eternity and a half because okay, we had our toaster flunking out on us, and that's one thing to have a toaster flunking out on us. Then suddenly, out of the blue, we had our dustbuster die. It just flat out died, could not be used anymore. The dishwasher died. The dishwasher died. The dishwasher was about 12 to 15 years old. So it was a Frigidaire, I think it was. Believe it or not, I think it was a Frigidaire or Maytag. I can't remember which. But yeah, it was a real cheap run of the line dishwasher. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I'll show you if I can. I'll get pictures of the dishwasher that we have now. I do not like the dishwasher that we have now. I do not like it. By the way, just another going back to the phone here. Okay, so I'm using my phone, this Moto G stylus phone, a very nice, one of the most expensive and nicest phones that I've ever had. When we switched over to Consumer Cellular, they forced us to get brand new phones. We couldn't carry over our phones, which were, for us, they were new. They were only about like 2 years old, and they were Samsung, and they were from Track Phone. And we had just, as far as I'm concerned, we had just gotten them. And yet Consumer Cellular said, no, we will not accept your new Track Phone phones. You have to, you can't carry it over. You have to get brand new phones. I was not happy about that, but that's the way it is. I think I'm painting this wrong. It just feels wrong to me. Is this even? Okay, so red, orange, yellow, green, light green, dark green. Okay, light green. Okay. Okay. See, I didn't even know what I was doing here. This was, I literally just jumped into it. Really, I should just have a video to just stop what I'm doing here and just explain all of the nightmare that has gone on. So, you know, but anyway, so this phone it's picking up the greens, I'm noticing, at least on the screen while I'm recording here, it's picking up the greens, while the Samsung was not picking up the greens at all whatsoever. So, I'm hoping that when I actually upload this to YouTube, YouTube will actually see the greens, because the last time when I was filming with the quote brand new unquote Samsung smartphones that we had just gotten. This was before the whole switch over to 4G or 5G or whatever it was. Um, we got brand new phones from Track Phone. Track Phone was giving us a headache. I thought, well, maybe if we get brand new, Track Phones, smartphones, it'll work. I shelled out big time for those damn phones for both of us. Basically leveled my account. Um, nice new phones. And then mom up and finally, Track Phone was giving us so much trouble that they ended up charging for, I'm not even going to go into it, because being Asperger's, I don't want to give too much personal information, but just to get the point across, turns out that Track Phone was charging us for someone else's phone. They were direct, there's direct deposit. Well, there's direct drawing from a bank account. They were direct drawing from our bank account for someone else's phones, and it wasn't the same person all the time. It was several different people, but for quite a while there, I found out that, at least on my mother's account, for her, they had been direct drawing from her account to pay for someone else's Track Phone. And I was like, "Oh my god, what is this?" Thankfully, we brought the issue up with her bank, and the bank settled the dispute. They got her money back. They got her quite a bit of money back. Quite a bit of money. It was really shocking. I couldn't believe it. But that was literally the last straw. It was after that mom, or right around that time, that mom decided, that's it, we're going with someone else. I don't want you on Track Phone either. And I was like, yeah, but I don't have the finances to go anywhere else. you know so she convinced me with Consumer Cellular. Either way, at least we're not being charged for someone else's phones and phone lines and phones. That we were even charged for, I forget which one, but we one of us was even charged for someone else's smartphone. um and it had no correlation between, you know getting the new Samsung smartphones. It had no correlation between that, me shelling out for those things, and it just doesn't matter. And I still can't remember who that was under, but it was a nightmare. And we were both complaining to each other about darn Track Phone and saying we got to go with someone else, you know. And so mom finally, whatever you want to call it, pulled the trigger, bit the bullet, and said, you know what, that's it. And she jumped to Consumer Cellular, and she convinced me to go with her. So, and so therefore, this is the phone that I'm recording with now today. but I hope it picks up the colors better. And I hope it picks up my voice because I really liked Samsung when it came to getting my voice. And I don't know what it's going to be like, what Moto G is like when it comes to getting my voice. I hope that you're able to hear me. I hope that it's nice and clear. And I hope that it's not too terribly tinny and just fingernails on a chalkboard annoying, you know? Um, so yeah, light green, dark green. So I could actually paint dark green all along here. Hmm. I didn't have to stop painting that dark green there. Anyway, so yeah, so oh joy. Ode to joy. Ugh. So yeah, there was that phone nightmare a while back, but now, so what recently happened, it feels like it has been a million years, just a couple of lifetimes since I have been sitting in the study here painting. And what ended up just recently happening was that our toaster's been flunking out, but then next thing you know, our dustbuster, it died. Like the only thing that we really vacuum with around here, well, basically I vacuum with, died. It just completely died. It finished. It would not turn on anymore. The cord was broken, so it couldn't charge the device anymore, and it looked like the device was just not chargeable. Um, so the dustbuster died. Best dustbuster in the world. Hideous, hideous thing, but it worked so well, and I don't know how long we've had that. We've had. I'm going to turn this here. We've had that dustbuster for an eternity and a half, literally, and it just up and quit. Yeah, you can still see it. I'm glad. I was worried about that. So yeah, that poor sucker just up and quit. And then right around a couple of months later, I don't know how much I talked about this in the last video, but next thing you know, just recently, our 15-year-old dishwasher died. Literally. Mom and dad seriously think that it's 15 years old. I think it's about 12 years old. I don't know how old that thing actually is. Um, Basically when I was in my 20s and I had hopes of actually being financially stable and being able to overcome my physical illness, um, you know, is when they installed that thing. So, you know, and the control panel went immediately on it, just to let you know. So the control panel just, it flunked out. Like the moment we got the thing, it died. So, but I was still able to use it and I kept using it. I mean, the control panel didn't actually technically die. The buttons went screwy, but I was still able to use it for 15 years. So it's not like it went, okay, I shouldn't have said died. I'm just, oh, I am so stressed. As you can probably hear in my voice, I am so stressed. But so, yeah, so what ended up happening here is our dustbuster died, our dishwasher died, and then our dryer. Now, our dryer was a 1980s dryer that my parents bought from someone, and those people had bought it used. And my parents had bought this dryer used, and it is at least 18 years old. Actually, it's older than 18 years old. It was truly a 1980s dryer. I can't remember what brand it was. In fact, I don't think it even had a brand name anymore because it was just so old. Literally 1980s dryer. 1980s. I am not exaggerating. Um and it died. It made some really awful noises and it just died. It quit entirely. And my dad, being 79, thankfully decided, you know, it's time to let it go. I'm not even going to attempt to fix it. And so he let it go. Now, that dryer, it was clearly way older than 18 years old. But for us, at least, it was 18 years old. So, you know, And just today, my dad hooked up the new Samsung dryer that they got themselves. My mom went over and got, oh yeah. And then the, the weird thing about all of this, the stuff that I use, like all this stuff that is me in my parents' house, it is me because, doesn't matter when I was living on my own, doesn't matter when I was, you know, trying to literally is what it is, buy myself a life independent from my family, my very abusive family, and the hellhole that is this house. Um, everything that I've ever used in this house, it died. It died like consistently, even when I was just, coming in here, all the times that I had moved out so many times over, because that happens. So all the times when I had moved out, I would come to visit, and this place was such a shit pit that I would end up. There were days. This is the interesting thing, and you know what? I think I'll talk more about this in the next video, but you know how you do. You visit your family, and then oh my god, this is already at 16 minutes. I can't believe it. This is at 16 minutes already. Well, I'm not going to continue on because there's something that I want to go and get. So I'm going to stop here with the story and everything. But just to sum it up, what ended up happening is our dustbuster dried. Yeah, our dustbuster died. The dishwasher died. The dryer died. Granted, they were all very old. And then the sink, the kitchen faucet died. The kitchen faucet died. So I've been a little more than stressed, and it's everything that I have used in this house. It all died, and it's everything that I've been using literally for them to clean up their house and their space because my mom is a hoarder and she does not clean. She will not clean. She just will not do it. Period. The end. That's it. She won't do it. That's just the way she is, you know. Oh my god, and I missed a spot. I can't believe I missed a spot. So yeah, yeah. So everything died on us, and I can't even tell which brush is which anymore. Oh, yeah. I'm using a new brush. I don't care. I'm using a new brush. And I am stressed out. I am stressed out. So I'll see you on the next video. I can't believe this went as long as it did. Bye for now, and thanks for coming and hearing about what has happened since the last video and this one. Bye.